Bennington College prides itself on being student-based.
We all have those questions. Why are we here? Where's our place in the world? And I think that's what college does for you. It helps you find that and answer those questions. You have this sense of accomplishment that nobody can take away from you. You have this sense of dignity that nobody can take away from you. You got a college degree.
You have to become the author of your own rehabilitation. So you have to gravitate towards things that really change the scope, change the game and who you are and what you're trying to achieve. And education is probably one of the best things that can do that.
It's life-changing. Will change your perspective on many things, open you up, break down the walls of division in this environment, for sure. But there's nothing in here more productive for a man than that college education.
My name is Annabelle Davis-Goff, and I'm the co-founder of Bennington College's Prison Education Initiative at Great Meadow. And the members of the Department of Corrections at the highest level have said to me that Great Meadow is the most dangerous and violent prison in New York State.
Prisons are awful places. Almost every shred of the possibility of rehabilitation, let alone self-improvement, has been taken away. Some of these prisons are now places that are just warehousing lives, that we can cast away people we don't want to think about anymore. And they're left in a place of real darkness. One of the things that I think is most transformative about bringing a college education to a place like that is it holds a little candle, the tiniest of flames of human dignity, in a place that's otherwise bereft of it.
And it's also education for some kind of attempt towards allowing people to have a spiritual and intellectual freedom. The normal metrics don't apply. We can't talk about employment with the men who don't get out.
I've been in prison a long time. It's the first real thing that I've accomplished. And before my dad passed, like minutes before he passed, he said, try to learn something new every day. And this program has given me that opportunity.
Some people just think about as far as, getting out of here or something that looks good on the parole board. I tell them it's even more than that. It's going to broaden who you are and how you look at yourself and the confidence that you have in yourself.
We started our program by hosting these conversations. We called it Incarceration in America, to bring together some of the leading practitioners of reform in the criminal justice system in America, to talk about areas of common cause, to share insights, and to begin to push for sensible reforms where they were most needed. In one of those conversations, somebody said to us, why aren't you guys, a college, offering a college degree in a prison? So our first sort of mission, our first sort of cause, led to this sort of thinking through, we should do that. We are a college, we have great faculty, and we should be investing ourselves in that direction. It's been a long road, but we've sort of built up a pretty solid curriculum with real strengths in literature and social science, and a growing area in math and science.
You're in class with other inmates who, let's say if it wasn't for the college program, you probably find yourself not talking to them unless you worked in the program together. But through the college program, we in class with other people and you're getting their views, and even outside of class, you're talking about what you read, your ideas, his views on it, your views on it, and it builds a community. And everybody in that community enjoy learning. And that's rare in here. That community is very small, but that's the community you want to be a part of.
Although we went in with a more conventional format, David and I immediately understood that the needs of our students were so different. About 2/3 of our students, when they are able, transfer out of Great Meadow to either a lower security prison or somewhere closer to home. and they go with our blessing and a Bennington College transcript with Bennington College credits they can take anywhere, right? About a third of them, it turns out, will not transfer, and we became aware that many of them are probably serving life sentences. We go out of our way, obviously, not to know the crimes that they are convicted for or how long they're serving.
And we really had to stop and take stock of what we were doing and think through what it would mean to center these guys in education, in prison education. What kinds of things they need, what kind of support they could use, and what they might do as lifelong learners. Not just as somebody pursuing a degree, but somebody who's trying to gain a different kind of foundation for themselves.
Again, we're taking an individual approach. We have 3 students who are doing advanced work that essentially they'll write books. We do tutorials where very advanced students can study their own special thing with almost one-on-one. We had our first lecture. Reginald Dwayne Betts came in and read and spoke to the men, and they were very moved.
One of the most remarkable things we do is, while we're teaching, of watching some of these guys figure out how to stand on their own 2 feet again, figure out how to begin to think again, engage the world, have curiosity again, read rigorously, read everything they can get their hands on, start to write, start to cultivate their own voice, and begin to sort of re-engage the world from a place of insight, of learning, of curiosity, and of a sense of responsibility to themselves and to this world. We just had our first graduation, and it was such a monumental achievement. It was a monumental achievement for the prison. They haven't ever had a college graduation at that facility before. It was a monumental achievement for Bennington College, and our sort of, long investment in this prison education program is starting to finally have something to celebrate, something to really gather around. But most of all, it's a monumental achievement for the men who walked across that stage and got their college degree.
One of the most powerful, one of the most hopeful, one of the most dignified elements of our existence as human beings is the ability to use the human mind.
We were more than prisoners. We were more than inmates. We were more than convicts. For the PEI program, we were students.
This degree is like a cathartic experience for me, a spiritual release. To see a stuck and a stubborn mind grow and expand and finally see life in a whole new perspective is the definition of what corrections is all about.